Welcome back to the Auto Obsessive Garage. Chadwick with you again for the introduction of a new project. Well, it's not actually a first introduction because I did the review of this vehicle about a month ago. I couldn't wait, had to jump the gun. It's fantastic shape, it's running perfectly, so I thought what a perfect time to shoot a review. Anyway, in case you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. It's a pretty cool review. But if you haven't seen it, I have purchased a new vehicle for the Auto Obsessive Garage. This one has some long-term implications. I want to hold on to this for a while. And without further ado, the vehicle. It's a 1999 Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, I know I do a lot of like sporty cars on the channel, but I've always been into off-roading, and it's been a while since I've actively been into it, so I wanted to get back in, and trust me, the market, there's so many options out there for those looking to get in. Jeep Rubicons, of course, are great. There's the 4Runner, the Land Cruiser comes up often in the conversation. And there's small quirky things that I like the Daihatsu Rocky, which I considered, and then the Suzuki Samurai, two like very small off-roaders very capable off-roaders that I really like. So I'm not ruling those out, they might be in my future. But as for right now, I've selected the 1999 Toyota Land Cruiser. I want to build an overland vehicle. I don't want to just build a rock crawler or just a mud vehicle. I wanted something where I could go over almost any kind of terrain. I wanted to be able to do it in comfort while hauling a lot of people and or stuff. And I'm going to do the full overland build. So right now I want to introduce you to the vehicle, give you some of my reasons why I selected this particular year and this particular model, and more importantly, what my plans are for the vehicle. And trust me folks, we've got a lot of plans for this big machine. So let me give you a detailed look at the vehicle. I'm going to go in more depth about some of the modifications, some of the performance things that got me into this particular vehicle and why I selected it. So this build's going to be awesome, guys. Don't worry, we're going to be testing this thing off-road. There's an off-road park nearby. I plan to take it out there and have some fun and show the videos of me modding this thing. So let's check this rig out, guys. The Land Cruiser is a pretty damn big vehicle. As you can see, it takes up a lot of garage space. I don't have a monster garage. It's a standard, it's a 3-car garage, but it's not very tall. As you can see, it's pretty tight fit coming in, being lifted and whatnot. But it does take up a lot of space. It has a pretty awesome presence about it for sure. A huge fan of how this vehicle looks. So lots of rear space in this vehicle. These things are just very usable vehicle rear end here. So those are the seats. I do like having the capacity to carry extra passengers if I need to, but for off-roading we'll probably save some weight. These things come out pretty easy. I'll just store those in the garage, and then a lot of people put storage rack systems. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but actually building something in. Maybe I will, but I'm definitely going to get some totes at least, and maybe some kind of modular storage to put in here, because when you're off-roading you're going to need tools just in case things happen. So I want to have like one for all my tools, my on-the-go mechanic tools that I'll need for possible field repairs, and then of course the supply one, first aid kit, all that kind of cool stuff. Now look guys, I am building an overland rig, not a bug-out vehicle. Just kidding. This is totally my bug-out vehicle in case I need to. So we'll have all that good gear in here. And I'm fully using it just in case of, World War III, zombie apocalypse, the basic stuff. The basic things people say they need a bug-out vehicle for. But look at the space. This is just awesome. And these seats fold. They kind of do a cool folding thing so the whole thing's flush. But this isn't going to be a totally dedicated off-roader. It's going to be for like family adventures too. So that's why the car seat's in there. The little guy likes off-roading. So I think it's going to be a blast. I just love all the space. These things are so damn functional. You guys know me by now. I like to secure a vehicle in a general state of disrepair and then lovingly nurse it back to life. But this deal was too good to sleep on. This Land Cruiser had the exact same mods I would have selected. Of course, in this case, they've all been installed, and recently, all within the past 6 months, no less. And it also had an extensive Toyota dealership paper trail, including a recently done timing belt and water pump job. This vehicle was way cheaper than I could have picked up a clean example for, bought all the modifications, installed all the modifications, and did all the exact same maintenance myself. We're already off to a fantastic head start on this project, guys. The wheels are Method 315s, matte black and 17 by 8.5. I'm a big fan of how these wheels look. The tires are very meaty BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2s. 285 70/17 size with excellent off-roading grip. A massive bonus to purchasing this vehicle was that a spare method wheel with matching BF Goodrich tire installed was also included. The vehicle also has an OME, Old Man Emu, 2.5-inch medium load lift kit. It includes shocks, springs, tension bars, and the SPC upper control arms. This 2.5-inch lift kit doesn't dramatically raise the height of the vehicle, but gives it some fairly competent off-road clearance. The ARB Deluxe front bumper with fog lights is an amazing unit. It provides installation locations for additional lighting and storage for the winch system. The winch model is a pretty hardcore worn M12000 unit capable of recovering double the curb weight of this particular Land Cruiser. So yes, this really well-maintained 100 Series Land Cruiser came with just over $8,000 worth of modifications, all recently installed, making it an amazing deal. Thanks for joining me up on the roof here. I do have a lot of plans for this part of the vehicle as well. We're going to put a roof rack system up here, one that can carry a very large tent, or at least a 3-person tent minimum. Those roof-mounted tents are fantastic. And they also alleviate the need to find a campsite. Simply wherever you can park becomes a mobile campsite. So that's the goal. We're gonna get one of those tent systems on top of a rack up here. We're also gonna have a canopy system on the other side of the vehicle. So whatever side the tent goes to, the other side will have a roll-out canopy that you can sit under for cover, shade, protection from the elements, what have you. So that's the plan. I also want a modular kind of roof rack system where I can put fuel cans, extra containers to store stuff in, water, whatever. So extra storage is always good, especially if you go out for like a weekend camping trip in your vehicle. So that's the plan up here. In the future, we're looking to secure those. Now there's a lot of options out there, so I gotta do a lot of research. I wanna find what fits best for me and what I'm looking to do with the vehicle. Now we do have the running boards removed on this vehicle. I don't really need them to step in the vehicle, and it gives us a little more ground clearance. Unfortunately, I don't feel super secure with this setup because any rocks or anything sliding off an obstacle, it's just gonna hit the pinch weld here. And this isn't a super strong part of the vehicle. You don't really want to be rolling on the bodywork either. Looking for some rock sliders on both sides of the vehicle. And that'll fortify us a little bit in case we slide over any obstacles or, really want to take this thing off-roading. It's just a good peace of mind. And for the shorter folks, you can step up on the rock sliders also to get in the vehicle. So that's probably going to be used more often than the rock sliding capability, but still good to have. So that's something we're going to do down here. For now, I am enjoying this extra clearance though. In addition to this massive ARB front bull bar we already have installed, we have the M12 Warn winch, which is a very capable, if not over-capable winch system. This is a fantastic front end, already finished up nicely. Some additional things, I do want to mount a light bar up here. Additional light while you're outside is always nice. And then a couple round lights probably right here would be fantastic too. I've also got some really big plans for the rear end of the vehicle here. I want to get a matching bumper to the front, so I'm probably going to look at the ARB unit. They have a really cool opening unit here that kind of scissors and open and shut. You can mount different things on each side. So certainly out of utility, I need a place to mount my spare tire. It's too large. The wheel and tire combination I'm running is too large to mount in the stock location. So for peace of mind, you definitely want to have a spare with you if you're off-roading. Getting that mounted right here would be fantastic. Also, they have attachments that go over here where you can mount fuel cans, items like that. So that'll be really useful, really spruce up this back area. This plastic bumper will just come off, and we can put the ARB unit in, add quite a bit of utility to the vehicle. For the driver or captain's area of this overland rig, I don't know what I'm gonna do or what I need to do because I've already got a really nice Apple CarPlay unit in places where I do have cell reception. I can use that to get navigation, Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever you choose to use. So that's gonna be super functional. So I don't really need GPS. Eventually, I would like to get a satellite GPS unit and mount up here. I do want to transform this to kind of look like one of those really cool overland rigs with all the radios. Definitely mount a walkie-talkie, get a ham radio in here. I think that stuff's super cool. That's going to be a further down the road. I want to do like obviously the off-roading modifications first, and then we'll work on that communication. But everything else works great on the vehicle. We do have locking rear diff and locking center diff since this is a 1999 model. And aside from that, I don't know what else I really need here. We've got our low gears. It's pretty much what we need for right now. Of course, if we are going to add all these radios and all these extra systems like a satellite GPS and all that good stuff, I'm gonna wanna go ahead and upgrade the battery setup under the hood. We'll probably add a whole second battery bank that's used just for these auxiliary devices. That is, again, further down the road, but we'll get there. Well, there she is, folks. Our 1999 Toyota Land Cruiser, which will affectionately be known as Project Overland Cruiser. As you can see, we're off to a fantastic head start, given the vehicle was purchased with $8,000 worth of modifications already installed, the exact mods I would have picked. So you've also seen what I plan to do with the vehicle. Now this is probably going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to do this process and keep adding probably modifications incrementally. We'll also be testing this machine along the way. We'll take it to some off-road courses, do a little trail riding, some fun stuff like that. So I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in, liking the videos, subscribing, comments, all that kind of good stuff. Keep it coming. I really enjoy putting these videos together, and I enjoy all the feedback I'm getting. So again, thank you, and we'll see you next time in the Auto Obsessive Garage. Take care.